Welcome to yoga. Today, you might want to have a block handy, but we're not going to be focusing on props like we did last week. We're going to be doing some just things to strengthen our back, some gentle back bending kind of things. So, find your centering place, seated or supine. Just be comfortable, and thank you for coming to yoga today, clicking on that link, and just as you're centering in, just kind of think about why you are doing yoga today, what brought you here, and what you hope to get out of your practice. So get comfortable, close your eyes. Let your awareness come inside to your feeling mind. Scan your body. Just notice where your body is. Any areas that might need a little special attention. Notice your energy level. Any emotions that you're carrying around. You're not trying to deny or repress any of this. You're just noticing because your frame of mind affects how you see everything, how you do everything. So it's just good to know where you are. And we're going to do a pranayama today that is the ratio breathing, so 3-3-6. So we'll start with that. So begin to deepen and lengthen your breath and set up the that ratio. So inhale to a count of 3, and then kumbhaka, hold or retain your breath in the body with no movement for a count of 3, and then exhale to a count of 6. So inhale 3, hold, complete stillness 3, exhale slowly, slow it down 6. So just find the count that you're comfortable with, making sure that your face is relaxed, you let go of as much holding and tension as you can, and just focus on your breath. As you're bringing the breath in and holding it and exhaling, notice where you feel the breath the most as it moves in your body. Perhaps that's at the nostrils, your throat, your chest, your belly. Just be curious about how the breath moves in your body. your mind starts getting your attention, your thoughts get your attention, just notice and come back to the breath. It's going to happen. Just gently bring yourself back to the 3-3-6 breath. This is a breath which will stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and relax. It's a way of de-stressing, calming. And now gently release the 3-3-6 breath and just return to a slow, deep, even breath that you can maintain during practice. And remember that your breath can be an indicator of whether you're over-efforting. If you're unable to maintain the slow, deep breath, that's a sign that you need to modify, back off, take a rest. But as long as you can maintain that breath, if your mind is telling you, I want to get out of this pose, but your breath is able to be maintained, that's a sign that you can stay with it a little more. So we're going to begin, create an intention. Just take a moment to create an intention. So I asked you to think about why you came to yoga today, and that could inform your intention of what you want to get out of practice or whatever. So just take a moment or two to create an intention for your practice, something you'd like to take away so you're clear about it. And just repeat that a few times and let it go, but it's always there to return to if you need some motivation or focus during practice. And we will begin practice on all fours. So come on up to hands and knees. And have your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. So always start any pose with the foundation. So spread your finger bases, press into the ball mounts of your fingers. That's Hasta Bandha, And then the lower parts of your legs, the tops of your feet, spread your toes, press down there. That's Pada Bandha. And start with a neutral spine, so lengthen out through the crown of your head. Gaze is right down to the mat. And lengthen out through your tailbone, so lengthen your spine. And then we're going to begin cat-cow. So inhale, let your belly, chest move down toward the mat as your tailbone moves up. Don't overextend your cervical spine, but you could look up a little. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, chin to chest. And you're moving with your breath. So slow, even breaths. And let the pose deepen gradually as you warm up the spine. So not forcing anything, just gradually moving into the movement. You can energetically draw the heels of your hands toward your knees as you inhale. Your hands won't move, but the mat gives you a little traction. And on the exhale, energetically move your hands and knees apart. Again, they will not move. It's just a little resistance to get a little more out of the movement. And then come back to neutral, tabletop. And on your next inhale, lengthen out your right leg straight back, parallel to the mat, foot is flexed. Exhale, draw your knee toward your chin or elbow. So, extension on the inhale, flexion on the exhale. Move slowly. Next time you inhale the right leg out, draw your left arm up. Little balance here. Hold still, but keep breathing. Lengthening out through your arm and your leg. And then bring your arm down, your leg down, and we'll go to the other side. So, inhale, left leg out. Foot is flexed, reach back, lengthen that leg out. Exhale, knee to nose. So you're extending, spinal extension on the inhale, flexion on the exhale, bringing the hips into it. And the next time you come to an inhale, hold the leg back, reach out through your right arm, left leg, right arm, gaze is down to the mat. Make sure your core is engaged. And then bring your hand back to the mat, your foot back to the mat. Let your hips go back into child's pose. So use a block or a blanket if that helps you relax into child's pose more deeply. And just let everything sink down into the mat. Just take some breaths, release as quickly as you can. Come back to your breath, reestablish that slow, deep, even breath. Now bring your arms out in front if they aren't already. So you're in child's pose with your arms out in front. On an inhale, lift your upper body up a little bit. Walk your both arms over to the right, shoulder distance apart, hands are, and exhale down, extended child's pose. So you're stretching out the left side of your body. Take a few breaths here. Reaching out through both hands. And then inhale, lift up a little bit, walk back to center. Take 2 breaths in center. Inhale up a little bit, walk your hands over to the left. And exhale down. Reach back through your right hip and out through both arms. Stretching out the right side of your body. Inhale, lift up a little bit, come back to center. Take 2 more breaths in center with your arms extended. And then inhale, come up to all fours. Tuck your, come up to all fours. Walk your hands out 1 hand length so they're a little ahead. Keep your arms shoulder width apart. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Bend your elbows, keeping them very close to your body. Slowly lower your chest and chin toward the mat. Keep your hips up. Slowly down. And chest, chin, chest, and then slide out to a prone position. And start by just resting your forehead on your palms. Your hands are making a little cushion for your forehead. So we're going to do a back bend. And this is crocodile pose. It is actually a gentle back bend. And so while you're kind of resting here for a minute, I'm going to give you, you're going to have a choice of which back bend you would like to do. So you can watch me, you can get into a position that's comfortable to watch. So choices are this, crocodile, right like this, or sphinx, coming up onto your forearms, fingers spread, pressing into the mat, elbows moving back energetically, bringing your chest through your arms. So you want to think about the upper back and this back bend. Or you can have your hands under your shoulders and do a cobra. So gentle pressure in your hands, lifting just your upper body off the mat. You're pressing your pubic bone into the mat and lengthening your tailbone to protect your low back. Or you can come all the way up on the tops of your feet or thighs off the mat into upward facing dog. So those are some choices. So find the back bend that your body wants today. And set up so you want to bring your chest up, shoulder blades together on the back, so your chest is open. And again, concentrating on the thoracic spine, the upper part of your spine, protecting your lumbar spine by engaging your core and tucking your tailbone. So lengthen down through the lumbar and concentrate on opening up the upper spine. And just come into your back bend, take a rest when you need it. Okay, so whatever back bend you have chosen, come out and just bring your arms down by your side and rest on your left cheek. So as we did in child's pose earlier, just let everything go. And then carefully switch over to your right cheek. Take a few breaths resting here. And then bring yourself back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Bring your hips up and back into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet a little bit in down dog. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Come into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Start with a big bend in your knees. You can hold on to opposite elbows, any arms you like here, any movement you like. Just let your weight of your upper body lengthen out your spine. Head heavy, shake your head yes, no. And then best way for you, come all the way up to standing. And into Tadasana, mountain pose. Spread your toes. Lift them up, spread them, lay them down. Find the balance on the four corners of your feet. So maybe rock forward and back a little bit, side to side. Balance big toe mound, little toe mound in the corners of your heel, backs of your heels. Press down into the mat. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Shoulders up and back, chest is open. Externally rotate your arms, spread your fingers, Hasta Bandha. Palms face forward. Lift up through the crown of your head. And then just soften a little bit, keeping your alignment. Close your eyes if you have the balance. And come back to your breath. Feel the breath in your body. Feel stable, rooted down into the earth, lifting up toward the sky. Stable and easy. Just the effort needed to keep your alignment. And the next inhale, keeping your fingers spread, arms alive. Inhale your arms up overhead, sun breath. And then when your hands touch, moon breath, exhale right down the midline to your heart space. So I'll do a few more just like that. Inhale, up. You can bring your gaze up if that's good for you. Exhale, gaze down. Moving slowly with your breath. As your hands come down, lightly press your palms together. And the next time your hands come to Anjali Mudra, pause there. And we're going to do just a one breath vinyasa, starting out with the sun breath, and the second part is going down into chair. So you can have some options here. So start inhaling up, and then exhaling, sit back into chair. Now you could do your hands to your chest. So doing the sun breath for the first part and the moon for the second. Or you could do sun breath each time. Inhale and exhale. So the inhale is Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale is chair with arms of your choice. Inhale up. So chair, your hips are setting back. Lengthen out your spine. Engage your core. And the next time you come into chair, pause. Bring your arms behind you. Clasp your hands together without moving your lower body, your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine out. Reach forward, and bring your chest to your thighs, your belly to your thighs, all the way. Then unclasp your hands, keeping your knees bent just like this. Bring your hands to the mat, and you can stay like this in this form of Uttanasana, standing forward bent, or you can gradually lengthen out your legs, straighten your legs without locking. So come into your version of Uttanasana. Few breaths. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold again. Plant your hands, step back into down dog. Pedal your feet. Lengthen up through your tailbone. And on an inhale, come out to high plank. So that's straight back body, shoulders over wrists. Exhale back to down dog. A few more times just like that. Inhale out to high plank. If you want to do this on your knees, that's fine too. So core, firm core here. If you want to hold in high plank, that's an option. If it hurts your wrist, you can make fists. So if you're holding, your thighs are inwardly rotating as if you had a block there. Engage your core. Lengthen out through your heels and the crown of your head. Breathe. Always option to come back to down dog or even child's pose. Whatever your body wants. And then if you want to flow through to come up to, we're going to come up to standing. So your best way, you can walk your hands and feet together and come up. Or you can flow through, which is lowering down and then up dog and coming up. Your choice. So you can walk your feet together, come into standing forward bend. All the way up. And meet in Tadasana. So just to come back to our breath. Reground, recenter. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths in mountain pose. Feel energy moving through after some little more effort of the plank pose. And then open your eyes. And we're going to do a balance pose. And you get a choice here. I'm giving you some choices today. Of a one-legged balance. So it can be just leg up. Like this. It can be leg back. It can be tree pose. Anything you want, any arms you want, as long as you're just balancing on one leg. So let's start with the weight in the left leg. So come up onto your right toes. Remember the elements. So foundation, core. So engage your core. And have a focal point that's not moving, soft gaze, and keep your slow, deep, even breath. So come on to the right toes, give your body a chance to let the balance go into the left leg. Make sure your outer hip is engaged so it's not jutting out. And then any way you want, move into some sort of balance with one leg. Any arms. Remember, maybe a little smile on your face, so not to take it too seriously. Balance is a practice, and you might come out. If you come out, take a breath and mindfully go back in. That's how you get better. Playful attitude, curious. And then come out as mindfully as you can and shake out any tension you've gathered. And try the other side. So this time, weight comes into the right foot, up on your left toes. You don't have to do the same thing on this side. So have fun. Try something different. Or not. Soft gaze. Follow your breath. So the focus on your breath helps to still your mind. Still mind, still body. Works both ways. A few more seconds. Okay, then come out. Shake everything off. Maybe do a so what, who cares? Swing your arms. And then find yourself at the front edge of your mat. Step your feet hip width apart. Turn the toes of your left foot out about 45 degrees and take a step back. So we're going to come into a warrior one sequence. So your hips are squared to the front edge and your feet are not on the same line. So right toes point straight ahead. So get your foundation right and then find the bend in your right knee so it comes right over your right ankle. You should be able to see your big toes, big toe. I think you only have one. And then your right hip is going to be moving back, your left hip forward to keep that parallel to the front edge. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, arms back. So your legs are stable, pressing into both feet, especially the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back. Flexion of the arms when they go up. Extension as they go back. Shoulder blades sticking together on the back. And the next time you inhale your arms up, pause there. Hold this version of Warrior One. Make sure you're pressing evenly into both feet. Left hip moves forward, right hip back. You can increase your back bend by looking up, bringing your shoulders and arms back a little bit. stable and easy. Exhale, maybe release a little bit softer down into it. And now bring your arms down and behind your back. Keep the bend in your knee and lengthen out on an inhale. Bring your chest, keep your arms back. Bring your chest to your thigh or the inside of the thigh, like we did earlier. The different foot alignment. And just rest your chest on the thigh. Gaze right down to the mat, right down to your foot. Then inhale, come up. Step your left foot forward. Take a couple rounds of half sun, with or without chair, your version. So inhale up, exhale forward fold. You can come up through chair, inhale up, exhale around, or just come all the way up. Couple more. Slow, deep breath, move with your breath. And then just hold in mountain pose for a couple breaths. And we'll do that same sequence to the other side. So this time your right foot is going to come out, pivot on your right heel, step back with your right leg. Left toes point forward, left knee over ankle. Make sure you can see the toe. Square your hips. Right hip moves forward, left hip moves back. Press, lift and spread your toes. Put them down. Pada Bandha, firmly rooting down. Left back leg is internally rotating a little bit. Inhale, arms up, fingers are spread, arms are active. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, exhale. Couple more times. Legs are strong. And then inhale and hold. You can have your fingers interlaced, index fingers pointing up, whatever feels right. So inhale, lengthen up, root down, exhale, soften. You can look up to increase the back bend. And then bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift up, lengthen up and out, long spine. Flex at the hips, not the back. Bring your belly to your thigh. And breathe. Hips are moving forward on the right, back on the left. Keep pressing into your feet. Keep lengthening out the spine. And on an inhale, bring yourself up. Bring your right foot back to meet the left. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, walk your Feet back into down dog. Inhale your knees to the mat, bring your feet around to a seat, and stretch your legs out into Tadasana. So here's a place where it can be good to sit up on a blanket. Might want to have a block handy for this part. You can sit on a block too. So legs out, feet are flexed, hands down by your side, lengthen up and out. So out through your feet and up through the crown of your head. Close your eyes, breathe. And then spread your legs wide apart. Keep your feet flexed. So you want your toes to be going up, not out or in, but up, as straight up as you can. And here you might want to block in the front of you. So Upavista Konasana, wide-legged angle pose. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, nice tall spine. Begin to hinge at the hips. You can have your hands on your legs, perhaps reach the big toe or on a block out in front. And just on each exhale, just gently come forward a little bit, always keeping your spine long and straight, no rounding. So you might move forward just a little fraction each exhale. Inhale is always a lengthen, reaching out through the crown of your head, down through your sit bones. And then inhale, walk your hands back up. And we're going to do a little bridge here. So this might be a place where a block can help you access those deep core muscles. So start with your legs bent, feet out, hold here, lengthen up, tall spine, and you can have your hands on the mat or behind your thighs, and just gently bring your feet off the mat, lift your legs. If that's, find your version of boat here. You don't want to go back onto your sacrum. You want to stay on the sit bones and lengthen up. You can straighten your legs if that works. Whatever works for you. Just see if you can find a place where you can hold just for a couple breaths. And then gently lower down, come on down to your back. And we're going to do a sequence with bridge. So feet are hip width apart, knees bent. Press down into the mat, lift, spread your toes. Create Pada Bandha. Arms are down by your side. Spread your fingers, press down lightly into the mat, and as you inhale and lift your hips, lift your right arm only overhead. Exhale, arm comes down as hips come down, and the next time you inhale, left arm up overhead. Take your gaze away from the arm. So left arm is up, right gaze is over the right shoulder, and everything comes back to center as you exhale. And just continue moving bridge like this. Now don't forget your legs. So if your knees are splaying out, you could put a block between your legs. You could just energetically press into the big toe mound, or energetically bring your knees toward each other, not touching. And the next time you come to center with both arms down, your spine down, pause and bring both knees into your chest. Hug them in. Take any movement here that feels right. You can make a circle around your sacrum. You can circle your knees out to get the hips involved more. Or just rest in Apanasana. And then bring your knees toward your armpits. Lift your feet toward the ceiling and come to happy baby. So if you can take hold of the big toes, pulling your thighs toward the mat, toward your armpits, knees toward the armpits, rock right and left, or you can hold on to your ankles, or the outside of your feet. Happy baby. Sometimes called dead bug. I'm gonna go for happy baby. And then pause, come back to center. And take a supine twist of your choice. So it can be one leg straight, the other knee over. It can be both knees to one side. Your choice of some kind of a supine twist. And I'm going to hold it for about a minute. So inhale, remember the exhale is where you find a little softness, a little release someplace in your body. So stay with your sensation. Notice where you feel the stretch. It should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then modify. Listen to your body. Always listen to your body. Your body knows what it needs. So work with your body, not against it. A stretch that feels good is doing good. A stretch that is painful or even, stressful is doing harm. Let your body know it's supported. Know that it can give some release and let go. Okay, then inhale back to center and take a twist to the other side. Doesn't have to be the same. Your sides are different. And this side will have different needs. Find your twist on the other side. Exhale, soften, find some place to soften. As you practice listening to your body, you'll be able to feel at a finer level the sensations. You'll be able to feel the release. You'll be able to access strength. Stay with your breath. Stay in your body. And then come back to center and begin to make your way into Shavasana. If there's any movement or pose or anything that you'd like to do before that, please do. And remember, there are lots of things to make your Shavasana. Lots of ways to do Shavasana, and don't forget the props, like covering yourself with a blanket, using an eye bag, rolled mat or blanket under your knees is nice for the low back. Something under your chest so that you can have a long stretch of your chest opening. We've been doing poses today that are strengthening the back, stretching the front anyway, so you might want to add a little of that. Can be legs up the wall. That's an inversion. That's can be a nice Shavasana. So just find your Shavasana today. Settle in. Just make sure you're comfy. And just notice how your body is supported so that you can let go and surrender to that support. Let go of thoughts. Just notice that they're there. Just don't attach. Just stay with your breath. Try to be aware of yourself and all your surroundings, your interconnectedness with the environment, the universe. Be aware of everything and attach to nothing. See if you can not label, just feel. Now gently bring your awareness back to the space. And waken your body slowly with small movements. And eventually find your way onto your side. Just rest your head in your arms for a few breaths. Noticing your breath, noticing your body at the end of practice, sensation, just your overall feeling, hopefully, of well-being. And remember your intention. And use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. Just help yourself to stay within just for another minute. Sit with a tall, straight spine. Follow the breath as you inhale. Follow the breath, how it moves in your body. Exhale. Everything softens, moves back towards center. And bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your heart space. And bow gently to your efforts today. Your willingness to take this time to know yourself better. To listen to your body and give your body what it needs in a compassionate way. And I thank you for coming to yoga today and sharing your energy out through the airwaves or whatever they're called, I don't know. But the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste. Well, the time changes this weekend, so fall back. So I guess we gain an hour. But what I know is it's getting dark. There's more dark. So it's a nice time to maybe look inside and find the light that's in you. There you go. So I will see you next week, and thanks for coming to yoga. Bye.